morning, everybody. It's a zippity-doo-dah day from around Knob Canyon this morning, and the first thing I want to ask you to do is to do me a big favor. I'm trying to work really hard this week to kind of get back on track, and I want to be able to supply the books and all like everybody seems to want them, and I've really put a lot of hours in this week. I need you to do me a favor right now while you're thinking about it. If you would, would you please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. If you're going to keep track, if you're interested in the books and you want to keep track, I'm not interested in numbers. I'm interested in people that are interested in learning how to do these books. Or just interested in seeing them, just watching the videos or whatever. So we're not looking for numbers. We're looking for people who are really interested in the things that we're interested in. So if you will, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell placed down there so when I do a video, you'll hear the bell. And we'll go from there. Give me a little like if you like what you see. Make a little comment. Just say hi. Anything that's going to help me rank with YouTube, because I'm trying to build this channel. Okay, now that's enough on that. 1 minute and 20 seconds already. Okay. So I was able to get quite a bit done yesterday in the book. Let me just tell you a couple of things real quick. The corrugated cardboard. Several people have asked me about the corrugated cardboard. This was on here. It was secured just like a piece of cardboard has the corrugated piece has a piece of cardboard on top. And you know, I remember when I used to sit and pull and pull and pull and pull and pull to get that off. All you have to do is run this under the faucet in the kitchen. Just get both sides very wet. Get them very wet. And give it about a half a minute and just pull it right off. It comes off in one sheet. Okay, so there's that. So I'll be grunging that up some more, but I did that just this morning just so I could show you, because somebody asked about it just yesterday. These are some things right over here that I'm considering using in the book today. I'm going to be working on the book already. One more question. I had a couple of questions yesterday. One was, if you already had 28 hours in it, is the book going to run about $280 or even close? No, it isn't going to run anywhere near $280. It isn't going to run anywhere near $200. I try to price things at the price that I would be willing to pay, and I wouldn't pay $200 for a book. So there's that. It probably is going to run, and don't hold me on this. It could be a little bit less, it could be a little bit more, but this book is probably going to run about $150 because I've got so much in it already. At 35 hours in it, counting yesterday. So I'm up to 35 hours now. So at $10 an hour minimum wage in our part of the country, it would be a $350 book. I'm not going to do that. I don't know if we gave that much for my car when I was 16 years old. So I'm not going to do that. It's going to be a price that I would be willing to pay. So this book is going to run about $150, give or take a few dollars, plus the shipping. So we've got that out of the way. So let's get the bell out of the way. Let me put the bell up here. We're done with it. This is what we started with. And this is, it was just a little bit bigger, but this is just one I had laid close to show you. This is what I started with to make this book. And we're going to all learn to make these books if you want to learn to make them. I started with this, and with a blank book that I just stitched down the middle, 3 stitches down the middle, and this one had quite a few pages in it. I don't even know how many, 8 or 10 or something. So, and this is what we have now. Hang on. From this. This is what we have. This to this. Okay, so now this is the cover. It took several hours to get the cover like this. This is plain old copy paper, but I took it to the workshop and I sanded it and distressed it. I wiped it down with flour and wiped the flour all the way off. I don't know why I did that, but something has happened because it feels so soft. I didn't read that anywhere. It was just an idea in my noggin, and I did it. So we've got the cover and we've got the back. The back went to the workshop too and had a lot of sanding and stuff done to it. So And then this is just a piece of fabric that and this is all in another video. I'm just going to give you a quick run through. This is a piece of fabric off of a shirt that I bought 2 or 3 years ago, and I've just started ripping the sleeve and using this shirt. This is page 1 and 2. We went over page 1 and 2, so it's in another part 1 video if you want to look at that. This is going to be part 2 today. I'm going to work on it as much as I can today. Got in 7 hours yesterday. Okay, and this is 3 and 4. I do feel like something needs to go up here and down here, so this page may not be done yet. That bow is a little bit big, and it is going to stay creased, so whoever gets the book, if you want to trim it down just a little bit so it doesn't do that, that's fine, but I like it that way. 3 and 4, 5 and 6. This is 5 and 6. So this is what I did yesterday, and I asked you all for ideas on this page, and the reason I did that was to let you kind of take part in the construction of this book. This is how we learn creativity. If we don't have a creative mind already, we can train our minds to be creative. And so that's what you have to do. You can have all the supplies in the world, but if you don't have a creative mind and know what to do with them, you're just up a creek without a boat. So it isn't going to do you any good. Don't worry about supplies. Don't worry about don't run to Hobby Lobby. Oh, I got to make one of those books. I got to run to Hobby Lobby. No, you don't. You've got buttons on old shirts in your closet, or you can go to a yard sale and get some old fabric and some newspaper and tear some pages out of an old book that's somewhere. Surely you've got some ribbon somewhere. You can get some ribbon to distress it. So this is what I did yesterday, and I did a couple more pages, so we're going to go through it real quick. But I asked for your suggestions just to give you a chance to look this page over before it was finished, and it may not be finished yet, I don't know, but I gave you a chance to look it over so you could have a chance to see what you would do to this page before you see it done. What would you have done to it? I had some good ideas. Somebody said, put the little quote on there by the clock, if I could put time in a bottle. I use that quote quite often by my clock, so I put, if you could put time in a bottle down there at the bottom. Somebody said ruffles. I don't think I have any ruffles on the page, but these bows are made out of ruffles. Just so many things. And I'm not sure if this page is done. This says up here, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. That's one thing I've got, a creative mind and enthusiasm. So we're going to help anybody that wants to have that doesn't. We're going to help them to find it. This page is almost done, but I do need something up here. And let's see, I saw something else I wanted to do earlier this morning. Right there, I need a little something right there. And that may be it on that. I'm not sure. I've got 2 pearls over here, so I feel like I need one over here. And I don't want it to be at the top because these are at the top, so I'll probably put some kind of thing with a pearl at the bottom, probably a little clip or a little pearl or whatever. This is just some rope that I just tied in a goofy little knot and left it real loose and glued it on there. So that's what that is. That was just part of yesterday's. Finished this yesterday, unless I'm going to add 1 or 2 more little things. Finished this yesterday, but I am going to add to a couple of things here. Worked on this yesterday, and I love this page. And when I first was looking at it, you know, I was kind of bumfuzzled. I didn't know really what I was going to do with it. I had this pocket over here that I had left, and so I made a little, I took a little glassine bag and distressed it. I had some already distressed. I made a little notebook in there and put a little pencil in there and put a little flower and pearl on top. Stuck some tissue paper back here, but I'm not real thrilled with that. I like that to be kind of crinkly and wrinkly, so I'm going to change that sometime today. This down here, it says find yourself and be that. That's what we're talking about. If you want to make these books and you don't have a creative mind, you don't know where to start, find yourself. Just find yourself. Sit and open a book. Put the book together. Just sit and open the book. I make the pages. I do the paper book, and then I cover it with most pages with fabric because I do like fabric covered pages. I cover most of the pages with fabric, or all of them, and then I'll just start at the front of the book, and I'll just sit and look at the book, and I'll think, what does that page want? What is that book telling me? What is this page telling me that it wants to do, or what is it telling me that it wants to say? So that's what you do. So here we are with this, and I just love this page now, and I think it's done. I'm not sure. A dream is a wish your heart makes. A lot of you all have a dream of being able to make these books. That dream is a wish your heart is making. And you can do this if you just set your mind to it. Watch these videos. Go back to August 2019, I think it was, where we put a book together in a week, 5 days. Every day for 5 days we worked on a book. And I think it was starting August 19th. So go back and look for that video. If I think about it, I'll put the link below. But I always say I'm going to do the links below, and then I forget to do them. But it is around August 2019, and it will say, let's make a book together or something like that, Craft with Me, part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So watch those books, watch those videos, and it tells how you start with a blank book. And at the end of that 5 days, these friends in this grandma group had books that looked like I made them myself. It was amazing. You can do this. So now you know you have to have a lot of time. It'll save you some dollars, but it's going to take a lot of time. You have to love what you do to make these books with this kind of content, this kind of look. You have to love what you do because you can't get your money out of this. I have no intention of marking this book way up sky high, in spite of the fact that I now have 35 hours in it, and I'm pretty sure I'll put several, maybe 6 or 8 in it today. I think Geezer has some races on, and it's going to be rainy. So we're just going to sit around here in the cabin. My workstation is at the kitchen table, and our living room and dining room and kitchen is all down one big swoosh. And so he'll be in his recliner, and I'll be 6 feet away at the kitchen table, and I'll be working on a book, and he'll be watching his races, and we'll be gabbing and talking, and every now and then we'll click over and check on that horrible thing at Miami to see how that's going, that search and rescue. What a horrible thing that was. So that's what's going to happen today in Round Knob Canyon, Lord willing, and that creek don't rise. So this is some things that I tucked in here last night before I quit. I don't know that I'll use any of these. I probably will. I'm hoping to use that right there. I'm not sure. But this page is what I will start on today. And these things over here, it's just a pile of things that I went up and got in my craft room to kind of try to decide what I'm going to do with this page today, because that looked like that was going to be a problem. I didn't have a clue when I got up this morning what I was going to do with that, but I went upstairs and started going through my fabric and doilies, and I put the pocket on before I quit last night. So that's going to have a lot of sayings and quotes and stories and things in it. This book is going to be filled with readings and stuff. And I was telling a friend who asked me about this book yesterday, if she's not familiar with the book, she just found the video yesterday, I do believe. But I said, until you have seen some of the videos and know what the readings are, you have no idea, because they're not cutesy things. Some of them are. There's sometimes I'll put something in there for fun or for funny, just to give you a little tickle or a giggle. But most things are, everything's here for a reason. I'm going to do the old homestead reading to go with this picture. And that's going to be torn and go right there on that. I just don't know. I hate to cover that up because that is beautiful. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it over here. That's beautiful too. But you know, that can, or maybe I'll put it here. Oh, that's where it's going. That's where it's going right there. Okay, so over here I still have to come up with something. So I may be able to, this is just some cheesecloth. I may just distress this down, stick it in the oven and bake it a little bit, maybe scrunch it up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. The pockets will be filled with readings, Old Dirt Roads, and Remember When, and readings from way back when, if you're from my era, I'm 74, and in the 40s and 50s, things were just much simpler. Families were closer, homes were more warm and fuzzy, everybody had dinner together, supper together. You know, it was just a different, it was a storybook era is what I call it. It was a storybook era. So that's what the book is going to be filled with. This book is going to, whoever gets this book, it's going to take them on a journey back in time. And you can sit down and look at this book today, once you get it, that day and the next day and the next day. And every time you go through the book, you're going to see something you didn't notice the time before, because it is going to be so crammed with stuff. And a lot of this is what I call eye candy. It's there to decorate the pages. But what is going to make the book valuable is going to be what's inside these pockets. this page back here, this is the last page in the book, and I cannot wait to get to this page. I love this. I love this. These are doodles that I just found looking for free printable images. And that's what you do on the images. You just go to Pinterest or even Google, I guess. I use that once in a blue moon, but mainly I use Pinterest. And I just type in free printable images, and then if I'm looking for rabbits, I'll put plus rabbits. Or free printable images plus sepia flowers. Free printable images plus chickens. And that's where you find all this. So yesterday, a couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, I typed in free printable images, doodles. So that's, and they're both sides are the same. So I just love that. I absolutely love that. This is a heart that I've been wagging around. I put this in books for the last 3 years. Love that heart. So, but there'll be lots of stuff in this pocket. There will be enough in this pocket that you're going to need to have a good little swath of time to sit down and read what's in that one pocket right there. And then there will be envelopes in the book filled with quotes and stories and things. But this is my time card, keeping that to keep my hours on it. So that's where we are with the book. Today it's going to be this page, and this is going to be the warm and fuzziest book I have ever made. I'm so proud of this book, and I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I get excited about things just like you all do. And, you know, I showed you yesterday the display in the kitchen. You know, I fell victim to some people selling books too. And I've had some things given to me. But I am a miser. I'm a tightwad. I'm from that era where we pinched pennies. And I have bought some things that we didn't need. The books on that thing down there, downstairs on that little fireplace in the kitchen. I didn't need any of that stuff. Some was given to me, and some I bought. But I wanted it. And, you know, I pinch pennies. I say I wear my $4 T-shirt when I'm going to buy this stuff. My $4 Walmart T-shirt when I'm going to buy all this stuff. So, or I go into Amazon to click on it or whatever. Okay, I'm going to get off here and get busy. Geezer will be getting up pretty soon. He's going to want breakfast right off the bat. We need a clothespin in here, don't we? See, I just saw that clothespin. Look there. Now, it'll go down in there better. I'll have to work on it. So, these clothespins, I buy them on Amazon. I'll try to think to put the link below the thing. I bought a big package, 50, 75, 100. I can't even remember, for pennies. But then it took me hours to get this dark look. I'd soak them in coffee, and oh, there's a flower tucked in there. I'd soak them in coffee and bake them, and they still wouldn't be dark enough, and I would soak them in coffee and bake them, and I'll get that flour out of there in a minute. Okay, I'm going to get off here. It's 18 minutes into the video. I think that's it. You know, I don't expect a lot of people to be after this book because it is going to be just a little bit higher than the others. This is one of the books that started out to be a $45 book. Is that a joke or what? So, I don't know. We're up to 35 hours, and I don't know where we'll go from there. Remember, when you're doing your corrugated cardboard, it's easy, easy, easy. You don't have to sit there and work on that for 30 minutes to get that cardboard off of there. Okay, that's it. Remember to click the bell and subscribe to my channel. I need you to subscribe to my channel if you like the work. If you don't like the work, don't subscribe. That's okay. But if you want to follow the books, if you're interested in making this kind of book or learning to make this kind of book, or if you're interested in just seeing the videos and hearing me stammer over my words, click that. You know, I'm not just a 74-year-old grandma. I have made citizens arrest. I have done all kind of crazy things. What are you going to miss if you miss my videos? Because I'm liable to come on here and tell you no telling what kind of story. I made my first citizens arrest when I was 23 years old. It's a long story. I've told a story about it, but that man needed to be arrested, and there was no cops around. And he was arrested and sent to prison for 3 years on my arrest. I got a letter of commendation from the police department. Well, that set me on the path of being a volunteer deputy. And, I mean, I just, oh my gosh, just, One time, Kim and I, oh my gosh, the stories. One time, Kim and I, she worked for this big, huge businessman here in Metropolis, and he sent her to St. Louis, Missouri. That's 2 hours north of us. And she was like 18 years old. I said, no way, I don't care if it is your job. You are not going to St. Louis by yourself. So I went with her. We spent the day. We was coming back down, I forget what interstate it was, 55 maybe, in Missouri, down through Festus and all that, to come through Cape Girardeau because we wanted to go to a little craft shop there before, a junk store there before we came home. And gosh, this was 30 years ago. And we stopped. We was in Cape just maybe an hour or whatever. We was a little bit, that was before cell phones. We was a little bit later getting home. And I walked in the door, and she had her own home at that time, but I walked in the door, and Geezer said, thank goodness you're at home. There's been 2 murders in Cape Girardeau, and I thought you and Kim were on the case. So, all kind of crazy things happening around Knob Canyon. And if you're not following my stories and my videos, no telling what you're going to miss. You could say, I knew that crazy lady when I tried to attack the wrong hoodlum. Okay, gotta get off here. Subscribe. Please subscribe. And click the bell. Make a comment. Click the like button. I'm counting on you all to do this today. You're going to help me grow this channel. We're off and running. We are doing this together. Okay. Talk to you later. Hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Grand and groovy zippity-doo-dah day. I hope you get a little kindness and spread a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go. And I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow. Love and hugs.